We back up in a beauty. I'm gonna open this up though. Twin, what's up, gang? Look, bro, I got some shit to tell you, bro. First off, how are you doing, bro? I hope your day's all right. I hope you know what I'm saying? I hope you took a breath for you today. Did you pray today? Did you pray today? Well, nigga, did you pray today? I think you should pray. I ain't gonna lie. You need to talk to God a little bit. Talk to the universe and talk to your ancestors. Talk to your spirit. Nigga! I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna go hoop after I do this. So I'm just raising my energy for real. Because I've been excited for the past like 3-4 days off of high-key ideas and breakthroughs and meditations and journaling. Like, it's been a combination of so many things, bro. And that's why this conversation today, we're going to be talking about a universal topic. No more racing to win, let's walk to build. No more racing to win, let's walk to build. What does that mean to you? If you was to walk outside and hear someone say, no more racing, walk to build, what comes to mind? What comes to mind? You know, for me, what comes to mind, if someone tells me no more racing to build, no more, no more racing to win and let's walk to build, bro, we need to stop trying to compete with one another. When in reality, all we're doing is trying to win the competition with ourselves. There's nobody in this world that's better than us. There's just more people in this world that's taken more time into doing things, which has made them look like they're better than us. I don't believe that everyone is technically equal, but we all serve a universal purpose, a universal role on this planet Earth. And on this universal role that each of us play, it's important that we understand each person's role. And sometimes roles can blend, sometimes they can transform. However, some things don't change for real. And the biggest role that I'm going to be talking about is the 4 main races of beings on this planet. 4 main human races, obviously. I could talk about extraterrestrials, but I have not consistently built communication with them, nor have I tried, because I'm trying to get myself out of working a job. I don't really care about extraterrestrials right now. Real talk. If it has nothing to do with our past and what led to today, I don't care. Just being honest. So, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Jared Cinco. Cinco is not my last name, but Cinco is my artist name. Cinco is also the multidimensional version of me. If you don't know what multidimensional version is, imagine there's a you sitting next to you when you not doing what you do. Now that makes sense. Nah, for real. Cinco is a code name, and I would have it here, but it's in my notes. So let's say I must break it down for you what Cinco means. Calm, intuitive, intense, call oceans. A calming, intuitive, intense person that is now calling oceans. I don't remember exactly what it is, bro, so just bear with me. I don't know everything. I don't get on live to talk about everything that I feel is true. I come in here to talk about things I've learned and what makes sense, and how we can take what we've learned and made sense into everyday life. Because, high key, I know I'm a very different individual, and I'm not the only person who said this about myself. Other people have confirmed it a lot, and I decided in August of this year that I'm gonna stop lowballing myself. I'm gonna start being exactly who I was made to be. And being exactly who I am made to be is the person that doesn't choose the common route. It is the person that desires for everyone to be heard. It is the person that won't give you sample A and not tell you about sample Z. Meaning, there's multiple pieces to the pie. And my goal is to unpack this pie so we can understand each piece and figure out how we can utilize these pieces in better ways than just consuming them with our mouths. If I lost you, I'm gonna tell you a different form of what I'm talking about in a second. Because a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, I know I be speaking in like spiritual code and shit. And I don't try to, but it just flows like that. And then I gotta break it down to myself. Even sometimes when I watch my lives after, when I'm posting my shorts, I have to like, what am I saying? Like, nigga, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Pies? Let me say it simple like this. I am the change of what the planet has been looking for, because I don't care about being in the same lane as the common man with the common brain. Bars. Yeah. Ukraine, what's good? Zoomsk. That nigga name is Zoomsk. And that's hard, nigga. Zoomsk. Oh my God. That sounds like an onomatopoeia. Imagine onomatopoeia, for those who don't know, it's a word that sounds like a sound. Like, ugh. U-G-H. Ugh. That's a sound. Onomatopoeia. That's, yeah. Anywho. In this conversation, I'm going to break down the 4 different races, 4 different human races, and I'm going to elevate this conversation. So first off, what is elevate the convo? What is this? Say it more simple for me, because I am a simpleton. Say what more simple for me? I want you to be more specific. That's one thing I'm going to start doing in these lives. Like, when y'all are saying something, I'm going to question your ass. Describe it to a toddler. Describe what? I'm not just going to revamp like you know what I'm talking about. Tell me what you think I'm trying to say in a question form. Enlighten me, okay? Enlighten you about what? I'm not just going to say any random thing, because there's so many things that's going on in my freaking brain, heart, soul, spirit that, dude. Secrets of the universe. The secrets of the universe is you are the universe, and how you think about you is how your universe will manifest your reality. Simple enough? We're not here to simplify the universe, though. We're here to talk about there is no more reason to race each other to win when we can walk and build together. I'm going to try to do my best to make this last under 30 minutes. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to change my shorts real quick. I'm going to be still sitting, but you won't see. I don't feel like standing up, because when I stand up, I want to move. I've been moving all day. So the fact I'm sitting down, I'm happy to be sitting the fuck down. So, yeah. For all these fucking weirdos, keep your minds to yourself, dude. So, if I was to ask you who are the 4 main human races on the planet, who would you say it is? Type it in the comment section. Who are the 4 main races of the... What are the 4 main human races? Simply said. What are the 4 main human races? I'm going to give y'all a good till 9:45 to answer that. What are the 4 main human races? What are the 4 main ones? What are the 4 main human races? It's crazy how you can eat chocolate, especially like the cacao, and you feel like you have to shit after eating it. Like, damn. Sorry, though. Gotta let go. So nobody gonna say nothing in the next 12 seconds? The 4 main human races? Y'all wanna be lazy? All right, cool. I understand. You can be lazy. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you gotta be lazy before you get active. I get it. Wakandians, pilgrims, orcs, and elves. You know what's funny? You actually on point, just on a like mystical level. So, Renee, you cooking. I ain't gonna lie. Renee, you may be joking, but you're actually cooking, gang. Look, Wakandians, black people. Pilgrims, Europeans. Orcs, Indians. Elves, Asians. I bet you ain't even know I was gonna go with that, huh? You ain't even know, nigga. You ain't even know. Let's talk about it. That might be a whole video in itself. You really cooked with that, gang. I'm about to, hold up. I'm about to write that down. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you. Thank you, Renee. You so cool, gang. You just gave me the mystical aspects of this conversation, my nigga. You tough. What? How you spell Wakandans? I thought it was Kondians. Bro, that nigga. I don't know if you a bot or you just somebody who just like to swipe and come through and just leave and do some weird shit, but bro, for those who's watching right now, I asked the question, what are the 4 main human races in the planet right now? This man said, Wakandans, Pilgrims, Orcs, and Elves. Wakandans, black people. Pilgrims, Europeans. Orcs, Indians. Elves, Asians. That boy cooked. Ah, shit. Hold up. Elves and Indians. That's tough. That's tough. He cooked right there. If you're here right now, please like the video. It is completely free of your time. You could just tap the screen. This helps me get better at being here for you guys, because I don't just make these videos to just make myself feel better. I do it because if I have knowledge that can be released to the world and it can make sense, then it's a high possible chance that I'm going to meet somebody on these that's doing the same thing. And we can collaborate, do things where we're teaching people, teaching the kids, teaching the elders, and even the elders teaching us to teach, the kids teaching us and stuff like that. Because it's about give and receive, and it's about teamwork. I wouldn't have understood that part of what bro just said if I didn't have my part of what I just said, when we are blending it together. We just literally did teamwork, and I don't even know who the fuck Renee is. What country are you from? Like Zoomski, you from Ukraine? You from Ukraine, twin? Have I ever completed a psychological evaluation? I don't even know what a psychological evaluation is. So you got to enlighten me on that one. All right, let's get into this conversation, because we 11 minutes in and I'm having too much fun right now, and I need to focus up. So look, no more racing to win, let's walk to build. Race is the main core of this conversation. That's why the thumbnail is a planet, and you got 5 different beings. Why I have the arrow pointing at 2 originals, and you have the Europeans, you have the Asians, and you have the Indians. You have the originals, you have the explorers, you have the scientists, and you have the gatekeepers, or AKA shamans. So let's talk about this real quick. I meant to post a video talking about this, which is what manifested the curiosity of this conversation. However, I was on the phone and stuff happens. However, I recorded a video I call Videos of Gratitude, where I take clips online that is either informational, pretty funny, or confrontational, that allows us to have an aspect of gratitude for watching it, because it opens up a different level of experience, right? So in the video, the dude has said that we have different fields of vision. Black people, we can see on a wider view of vision, universal view of vision, compared to Asians and Europeans. That makes us the original people, because our field of vision is on a universal scale, not on a material scale, and not on a scientific scale. It's beyond that. It's completely beyond that. So as original people, we have a tendency to be universal with our emotions, with our thoughts and our actions. And a lot of times that universal aspect leads us to be more loving, leads us to be more caring and forgiving. However, the problem that has been generated across generations on this planet is that You can be so caring and giving that gets you killed. That gets your generational timeline destroyed because you didn't utilize the aspects of protection. Instead, you went only off love. This is why we got slavery. This is why we got the Anunnaki. This is why we got all these different things that connect to the original people being enslaved or enslaving other people. So all differences still help the main goal of evolution, though. Let's not get it twisted. Just because there was slavery, it doesn't mean black people got worse. We just have to reteach ourselves what it means to be a king, aka God, or a leader, or a promoter, or a guider. Promoter, I didn't need to say that one, but a guide, simple as that. And a lot of times what I feel that people don't understand is we were slave owners too. We slaved each other. We even still do it now. If you're not getting paid the equal amount of money that you feel is worth you, mentally, on a soul scale, your mental on your soul scale, that's crazy. Your mind on a soul scale doesn't feel like it's being valued, so therefore you feel like you are being slaved. A lot of us are working to survive, but none of us are working to thrive. And thriving means overcoming the systematic aspects of psychological events and physical traps. Psychological events, mental, emotional problems. Physical traps, seeing drug dealers, seeing crackheads, seeing OnlyFans, seeing different ways the society makes you have to be like it instead of being your fucking self. And the problem is a lot of us don't know who the fuck we are, which causes us to recycle the same shit. So how long does it take for you to realize who the fuck you are? Well, you got to ask yourself these questions. And this is my cheat code. If you want to figure out who you are and get better at knowing who you are, you got to do this on a daily basis. What do you want to bring to this world? Where do you want to go with what you are bringing? When will you complete this? How will this affect your environment and family? What is more important to you, time or money? And lastly, do you even love you? These questions are important when it comes to you trying to put yourself in position to walk in the alignment of building something new for this world to experience. And granted, it's new when you allow yourself to visit the past, learn from the past, and then take those past experiences, grab it, read it, watch it, learn. Oh, I want to do that. Don't just watch shit. Pause. If you're watching something, pause for a second, reflect. Example, I'm watching a story, The Lost Book of Enki by Astral Legends on YouTube. If you don't know who they are, it's a YouTube channel that generates AI movies based on books that has been made. Like the Book of Enoch, or the Apocrypha, or The Lost Book of Enki, etc. So many more. They make AI images and videos of the history, and they talk about the story. I'm not just listening to this shit for the fucking fun of it. I'm listening to it because there's holes, there's gaps where they've made decisions and made mistakes that some of us are making today. Excuse me. Needed to let that go. No cap. I'm glad I got this open. That shit finna. You gotta let them fights out, gang. Oh God. Oh God. So let's move forward in this conversation. I hope that made sense, by the way. I hope that made sense. So Africans are original people. Europeans are the explorers. Asians are the scientists, and Indians are your gatekeepers, aka shamans. Europeans, pilgrims, like bro just said earlier. How are they the explorers? Well, last time I checked, it was European people or Spaniards that decided to travel around the world to basically take over land. You didn't see Asians doing it. You didn't even see black people doing it. You saw the motherfucking you saw the Europeans do it. All those from France to Spain to Europe to all of the motherfuckers. They was traveling to obtain new land, and their quote unquote state of mind or word that they say new world. A new anything just means you never experienced it before. Just because you say it's a new world, that doesn't mean that world is new. It's just new to you. That world has been there. All right. So Asians, they are very freaking smart. So smart. Probably the smartest people right under freaking black people. Not even gonna cap. And I'm not trying to be racist when I say that, but like, let's be honest. If you was to put an Asian and a black person at a test together, I bet they're gonna be neck and neck when it comes to answers, especially if they both rose up with the same knowledge, or let's say they both had the same exposure to knowledge. Their answer is gonna be neck and neck, nigga. Oh, neck and neck. So Indians. The Indians were categorized as Negroes once America, the business, decided to turn the Americas into their own business. They turned Indians into Negroes. Indians are your Mayans, are your Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, stuff like that. Anything with our Iken in that motherfucker, Hispanicans, those are your Indians. Those are your gatekeepers. Those are your shamans. Original people, African, Ethiopia, Egypt, Europe, France, where else? Europe, Spain, Australia, Antarctica. Right? So here's the thing. Original people are universal in the way that they think and act. They're doing it, yes, to help them, but they're doing it to help their tribe, their family. They're thinking on a universal scale, something bigger than just them, because they know they are the originality of everything. They created everything, from a thought, from a feeling to an action. They created everything. They're the physical embodiment of everything into a being. That's what Africans, Egyptians, black people are. Or melanated people. Explorers, which are Europeans. These are your travelers, your conquerors. Scientists, they rationalize the spirit realm. And then you have the shamans, aka gatekeepers. These are the bridge walkers. Melanin is equal to cosmic knowing. The darker you are, the more you're able to absorb information. It's a lot of white people that have talked about so many different mind tricks in the 40s, 30s, 50s, and even a lot of white people now. I love it. Great. Kudos to y'all niggas. Y'all can understand it. However, I will say this. All the information they learned came from the original people. If they were to talk about the books that they read, the people who created those books learned from the original people. The experiences that those people learned from the original people connects back to the original people. So here's why I say this. Let's go to the next page. Original people, soul child, soul children, the universal soul, the original people. Explorer, inner child. A lot of us don't like Europeans because they're the little children that never fucking grew up. Scientists, these are your egos. Asian people can be very egotistical. And I'm not saying it because of experience. However, think about every fucking anime you've watched. These niggas got mad ego. High and low, my nigga. And I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying from a fucking fact. Like, they can be very, very egotistical. And that's just how they are. Some of them are, some of them aren't. You are clearly not grounded in reality. That is completely illogical. Dude, you have a manic behavior and delusions of grandeur. The fact you said grandeur. You should seek a psychiatrist. Okay. I like that you've given your opinion. I appreciate that. I would like you to be able to explain a lot of the things I'm talking about and put it in perspective to make people understand. Because if you're denouncing what I'm saying, you just don't want to agree or don't want to actually ask questions to dive deeper into what I'm talking about to expand your knowing on the topic at hand. Because do you know how to walk and build dynasties? No, you probably know how to race your way and compete with other motherfuckers to try to build exactly what the fuck your family's been waiting for, to live the life that they want to live, which is a life of freedom and clarity. Hey, I digress. You know, you say what you want. So, indigenous have vision, right? Now, with everything that I'm saying, I want you to understand these are just ideas that I feel like make sense. Yes, I built a dynasty. You're in it right now. You're in the dynasty right now. This is a small fucking blueprint. Imagine a house that has a motherfucking portrait on the window. That portrait on the window was first a thought. Had to turn my do not disturb on, somebody called. Anywho, have I built a dynasty? You're in the dynasty right now. Elevate the Convo is part of the dynasty of the realm that I'm building so that I can get paid to be creatively myself. Think about a painting that's inside of a house. That painting was once an idea. That idea was once connected to a thought or a person. And that person utilized their actions to manifest that painting inside of their dynasty in that house. Your live stream is a dynasty? Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of the motherfucker. If you understand universal secrets, like you were asking me about earlier, you will understand how energy works. However, unless you're going to come with actually adding to the conversation in a positive way, instead of questioning me as if you're trying to battle me or some type of way, that's how I'm receiving it, I guess. I could be wrong. I don't know. I still love you, though, because the fact you said Wakandans, pilgrims, orcs, and elves connected with the shit I was talking about, hey, you onto something. You onto something. So let's slowly break this down together. All right, let's start from the top. All differences still help the main goal of evolution. What do we evolve into? That's the question. For me, I feel those who understand the concept of New Earth, you're evolving into a realm of peace, accountability, transparency, and appreciation. Peace, vulnerability, transparency, accountability. Peace, accountability, transparency, and appreciation. Peace. Time is precious. You use each moment and it matters. Accountability. Whether you're good or bad, whether you're doing right for others or doing wrong for others, you can accept what the fuck you've done and grow from what you've accepted. Transparency. You can say the truth and be honest about it. And the last one, which was gratitude. Was it gratitude? I believe it was gratitude. No, appreciation. Appreciation, which is at the bottom, which is the root, since you were saying I'm not rooted to reality. Well, watch this, my guy. Rooted. Appreciation. If you are appreciating the fact that you can breathe, restart your clock of life, you are grounded. You can appreciate that. If you can appreciate a conversation, if you can appreciate the material items that you're blessed with, if you can appreciate the things you enjoy doing, if you can appreciate the little things and not judge other people for how they want to appreciate their things and taking accountability of you, this is the new world that we're evolving to. And in order to continue in the practice of evolving, the main thing that you have to do is understand we don't have to race each other to do it. We just have to embrace the roles that we have. Original people are universal with how we think and how we feel. A lot of melanated people are not balanced in their rooted self of evolution simply because we've had horrible forms of inspiration. The moment, though, we start to recognize how we can inspire ourselves, that's when the greatest original people are made. And here's the crazy thing. When those people are making themselves into who they are, the world shuns them for it. Because when an original person is being original, guess what? It defies the system that we're living in. However, guess what? This is why it's important to destroy systems from the inside out. You don't have to be violent. You don't have to fight. All you have to do is just be. Granted, self-defense is very important, trust. However, it's also smart to use your words. The gift of gab is important. The gift of your voice is important. You can literally move mountains of energy with your voice. You ever told the wind, hey, slow down real quick, and the shit slowed down? You ever told the cloud move and it moved? That's on a grain scale. A lot of people ain't done that. You ever told a dog shut up and the dog shut up? You ever demanded someone's attention and you got their attention? These little things mean a lot. It's just we don't understand how grand those things are. Europeans, white people, they are explorers, aka the inner child of a lot of us that we've abandoned. A lot of people say we should kill white people or destroy white people or get them out of our reality. Bro, y'all don't understand. They were just taught to be fucked up. If white people were raised in a world or in a state of mind where like, hey, we're different from everyone else, you're not original, but your difference can still be very important if you learn this, and this. I don't know all of this, and this is. However, I probably will in the future. However, if white people were taught how they can embrace their differences and not judge people upon theirs and use their differences in ways that can help the evolution of the planet, nigga, what? If white people can start America as a company, imagine if they can start a fucking dynasty with the blessings of the original people's vision to generate something multidimensional that everyone can embrace. But yeah, like that's truly how I feel. I'm not on to anything. You're right. At least you aren't hurting anyone. Have a good day. It's actually really just to me for no other reason you would assume. I wonder what the reason could be. Anyway, let's continue. Scientists are our Asians, and Asians are also people who rationalize us and represents our ego. So I know I went on a rant a little bit early about Asians' ego. Calm down, gang. I just had a lot of energy. Listen, people love anime. Anime is one of the greatest forms of understanding the different archetypes of ego, right? Because a lot of people are so headfirst into anime, it's because it shows us the reality that we don't get to see on a day-to-day basis. It shows us the aura. It shows us the energy manipulation. It shows us the ability to fly, the ability to project chi, the ability to do so many things, and to even be strong enough to withstand pain. Motherfuckers get stabbed, breaking bones and everything. And some animes, that wound heals up. That broken arm gets put back into place. Like, anime shows our egotistical mind, aka our body's mascot, the ability to see that it's more than just what we see on a daily basis that we need to accept. Now, I'm gonna do a series talking about One Piece, breaking down the show on a grand scale. It's gonna be beautiful and it's gonna be mind-blowing. I wrote down so many things about the Straw Hats and Luffy that blew my fucking mind. However, I'm saying this to say anime is not a fucking cartoon. Anime is how we open our awareness to something greater than just our physical reality. Then we take that awareness, if we can use it in more than just entertainment, we use it in ways that we can learn how to grow our physical limitations, which also grows our spiritual limitations, which also grows our mental explorations and our emotional adaptations. All of these things work hand in hand if we stop just looking at things as only motherfucking entertainment. Indians, which is our Hispanics, these are our gatekeepers. If we was to tap into a lot of the old of what these Hispanic groups were doing, like outside of, you know, the sacrifices and shit, if we was to tap into a lot of their healing properties and their ways of tapping into the spirit, dude, we would advance so fucking fast. But that expansion of advancement first has to go through this wall of identity. A lot of us identify ourselves with so many unpleasant things. Like, it's just so many. I could name a few, but I don't want to throw myself off track. So here's the thing. Everything has melanin within it. Melanin is dark matter. Everything has a cosmic knowing to it. White people, black people, Asians, Indians, and any other human race that I may have missed in this video, they all go back to the fact that it is connected to the universe. Some aspects of these beings may not have a strong connection. However, that doesn't take away their ability to create something. So here's the thing I want to leave us with as we get to this 32nd minute and 22-second mark. Racism is the title for confusion of roles. If you don't know your position in the human being that you are in and that you are, you will see others that is in different spectrums of color of you and dislike them based on what you've heard in history, heard from your parents, and for what you've experienced. You don't have to listen to none of them bitches. You can learn and take what you feel can actually be helpful in the world, but you don't have to listen to none of them bitches. What you need to do is identify with yourself. How do you want to view each being in this universe? Because all of it is connected to you in some way. I'm gonna leave you with this as an example. Like the video, please. Have you ever seen a black person that acts super white? Or even a white person that acts super black? I'm gonna give you a secret. There are white people in this world that has so much soul essence within them that in their next lifetime, they'll be in a shade darker. A white person will be light-skinned in their next lifetime. Because in their time where they were white, when they were in their European form, they've explored so much of what reality has gave them that they've acquired the soul of what it means to be original. And guess what? Their next lifetime, they're blessed with a dark body. A black person can be so avoidant of their originality, their authenticity, that they follow the reins of explorers. And guess what? They become exactly what they are, just in a darker body. So, I want you to understand this. You choose who you want to be. No one chooses that for you. This is your life. This is not, this is your life. I'm here to express how you can do better for your life because every day I'm doing this for myself. And I figured, why not share this with other people instead of keep it to myself? Because that's what Kim Jong-un probably does. That's what motherfucking all these random ass high people in the world do this. And they don't share. Well, I'm tired of holding on to so much shit. I'd rather share it. Because it helps my spirit. It helps my physical body. And eventually it's going to help you all too, whether you are listening to this now or you see this in the future. So I want you to understand, all of us is connected to the universe. Nothing is separate. It may be different filters, for sure. The filters are there for sure, for shit show. However, that does not mean each filter plays a part. So, the question I leave for you today, actually before I answer this, give you this question, how can you make some money with this information? Because I want to start doing this where I talk about the topic, then I give you how can you know this help you manifest more money, and a question that I can leave you with that you can take within yourself and move forward. How can knowing this information help you with finances? If you're black, I'm speaking to specifically black people here to keep it simple. What is something that you do, that you specialize in, that you don't have to copy from someone else, something you do that you love, that you've always loved doing, that you know if you were to be put into a position where you were to perform your gift for people or for yourself, how much would you want to get paid for it? Whatever number you think of, ask yourself every day, if I had this amount of money today, what would I do? Do it. You're going to start looking at money a little differently. For white people, Europeans, you explore as much as possible because sometimes you don't feel like at home, because you're the inner child that's abandoned. And I feel sorry for you because I felt abandoned. So I know what that feels like. I may not have your skin complexion, but goddamn, I felt abandoned before. So how can you make some more money with this information I'm telling you? Allow yourself to feel at home inside of your body. Feel at home inside of your body. And as you feel at home, generate connections with actions that makes you feel at home in your body. Okay? When you feel at home with your body, you're gonna do things that's valuable. Value leads to money, leads to paychecks. I'm not here to tell you what jobs you should get. No. Accept your value. Build the connection with yourself. Don't feel lost. As you explore, hold your inner child in their hand and take your time and flow with the universe. Asians, you wonderful scientific people, you. Because you all are like the anime kings and queens, no cap, I ask you to do this to help you make some more money. You all are great with teamwork. Wonderful. Figure out how this teamwork can be explored outside of your own places. That comment almost threw me off. Asians, if you want to get better at making some money, do better at not trying to overstimulate your spirit. Make things as simple as possible. And as you make things simple as possible, connect with people. And when I say connect, explore outside of your comforts. Because let's be real, Asians are probably the most strict faith-based people outside of like capitalists or something, and Muslims and stuff of that nature. So get uncomfortable. That uncomfortability will unlock something wonderful inside of you. Indians, Hispanics, all of the Hispanics, you all are the gatekeepers. You're the spiritual bridge to a lot of things, to be honest, because you're the original Mayans, you're the original Sumerians, you're the people that the Anunnaki first came when it was out in this motherfucker. Technically, original people were connected to the Anunnaki. That's another conversation now. However, because you are the bridge, share your story. So many Hispanic people that's gone through so much shit. All of us been through shit. However, Hispanic people, I feel like, has the most wildest story. I can guarantee if a group of 5 Hispanic people focused on, if 3 of them was to tell a story and 2 was to help put that story to life, that shit will be a gold mine. Tell your story. And tell it in a way that doesn't make the people in your story not like shit, because sometimes they probably are. Tell it in a way where they were just ignorant. Ignorance is bliss. So that's how you can make money with this information, and that's with each race. This is going to be very kind of heavy, even for me listening to this again. However, so what? Now, a question I leave for everyone leaving this video is this. If you could generate your own kingdom, and each human race, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, were to be placed as a role in this kingdom, to do something in this kingdom. The kingdom can be a city, it could be a palace, whatever. What role would each human being play, and why? Tell me why in the comment section. And you're not telling me to, well, yeah, you're telling me. I'm gonna comment anyway. I'm gonna respond. So, if you had your own kingdom, if you had your own city, if you had your own palace, what would each race of beings do, and why? My kingdom, all races would just drink tea, I suppose. Hello, do you remember me, my friend? I suppose you could forget, but still it makes me sad. I can't remember when I saved the world for turn. Well, #1 worker of the Galactic Federation, I do remember you. You said some really wild shit to start it off, so I had to stay focused. Sorry to ignore you like that. However, if you want to rewind this, you could check this out from the beginning. I'm about to go get some buckets to push my body past its limits so that my spirit can reach further limits. This is a very deep conversation, especially like as I continue talking about it later on. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to those who's commented. Thank you to those who's liked the video. If you feel like you can learn from videos like this, subscribe. If you feel like other people you know can learn from this, share this video with them. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace out.